All right, Dave. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan flatly denying allegations that he interfered in a federal investigation into the city's towing scandal by spreading the name of an informant.
The allegations came today in a Detroit News article. It cites sources that claim former city councilman Andre Spivey, who pled guilty to bribery earlier this year, told the mayor the name of the informant, and the mayor told others.
7 Action News reporter Brett Cast is in Detroit tonight with the mayor's response and what law enforcement experts say the allegations would mean for his future.
Well, the mayor was adamant today that he had no idea that this person was an FBI informant, and he only shared the name to crack down on bad actors, not protect them.
I have never disclosed the identity of anyone I ever knew to be a confidential source in my life.
Calling an impromptu press conference during the Mackinac Policy Conference, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan vehemently denied claims that he purposely outed a confidential source in the federal investigation into former city councilman Andre Spivey and the city's towing scandal. The allegations stem from a Tuesday Detroit News article citing numerous sources.
I would never have done anything to undercut their efforts, and any suggestion in today's story that I did is just plain nonsense.
The article highlights this January court document, which stated in June 2021, Spivey told a public official the identity of the FBI's informant. That public official then told others in the city government, and the informant's name eventually made its way to a subject in the investigation. Sources told the Detroit News that the public official mentioned was the mayor.
Assuming that this is me that was being referred to, I'm answering the questions, but it certainly seems to match up in the language.
According to the mayor, Spivey only said he took money from a tow truck operator, and both of them had been caught on a wire discussing it. Duggan then says he told DPD and the city's legal department who the tower was, not knowing the tower was in fact the one wearing the wire.
Andre Spivey never said a word about a confidential source. Nothing like that. I walked out of that conversation believing that I had just been told that I have a city councilman who has taken a bribe from a dishonest tower.
Well, it's never a good thing for an informant. No law enforcement agency, certainly not the FBI, ever wants an informant disclosed.
Andy Bartnoak is a former FBI agent and supervisor from the Detroit field office. He says while the disclosure could put the informant and the investigation at risk, he's not convinced the mayor did it on purpose or could end up facing charges.
I think to suggest on what we know so far that he had a motive to do this to obstruct a federal investigation, I think is a stretch. You know, at least for me, I would question his judgment in this case, not so much that he tried to obstruct the investigation.
Now, the mayor did not say specifically who, if anyone, he told outside of DPD or the city's law department. We reached out to both the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, who both declined comment. In Detroit, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
All right. Thank you so much, Brett. Now,